Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, there is no shortage in the news. It has been crazy this past week. And for starters, well, James Comey memo has finally come out. A memo, by the way, and as a reminder that he kept on his person and didn't follow the appropriate rules and regulations that most memos are supposed to go through. This is one that he kept hidden, if you will, and now the memo is finally out in the open for the public to read, and I have read it, and I'm going to show you what is inside of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. Just keep in mind, this is a one-sided memo, if you will, and Trump's side hasn't come out. But with that, not only that, we also know that in revenge for this memo, or I believe it's revenge of the Democratic Party, they are now filing a lawsuit alleging that Russia screwed with the election and Wikileaks, Russia and the Trump campaign are all messing with stuff. So now they're filing a lawsuit. Interesting. Comey memo, then bang, a lawsuit. And by the way, not to mention that Julian Assange is also coming out at this very same time, a little third pickup there, saying, I can prove with documented evidence that it wasn't Russia who conspired in the election. Bang, we've got a huge story here. Let's start with the memo. I'm gonna toss up on the screen the memo. It's only 15 pages. I encourage you to read it. It's not very long. It's very tedious and tiresome. And Comey really puts himself in a very good light. Like, you know, it was kind of sickening to read a little bit, but he's just, supposedly telling his side of the story at the same time. I don't know. I'll let you read it. But actually, before that memo, let me throw up a tweet that Donald Trump put out in response to the memo, and he said, James Comey memo just out and shows clearly that there was no collusion and no obstruction, which it doesn't. It shows no collusion and no obstruction. Also, he leaked classified information. Wow. Will the witch hunt continue? And Donald Trump is absolutely right. I've read all 15 pages and there ain't jack in there about any kind of collusion with Russia whatsoever. So where is the Russian collusion story? I guess we're still waiting on that. All right, back to the memo. So I have that on the screen. On page 4 of this memo, I'm going to highlight just a few pages and a few portions. Here's what it says. He, as in the president, asked whether the FBI leaks, and I, James Comey, answered that of course, in an organization of 36,000, we're going to have some of that. But I said, I think the FBI leaks far less than people often say. I predicted he, like all presidents, would discover the entire government leaks like crazy and explain that it often comes from the first or second hop out from those actually working on the sensitive things. In other words, he's just admitted that there are leaks coming out of his department, leaks coming out of the government, leaks coming out from every direction, and they're pretty dang bad. Well, there you have it. But nobody wants to actually admit to leaking. Comey, okay, they've actually, yes, Comey's already admitted to leaking in a roundabout way, but why isn't anyone going to jail or any convictions or anything being made? And now he's playing the blame game and blaming everything and throwing, well, Andrew McCabe under the bus, as you've heard in the news already. But let's continue with this memo. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's go on to page 9. And here is what you've probably heard on CNN, Communist News Network, ABC, MSNBC, and the like. This seems to be the only thing they point out in the whole memo. But Putin told President Trump, we have some of the most beautiful hookers in the world. So what? Somebody else told President Trump that, whoop-de-doo. I mean, really, how many people have said similar things like that to you or said something silly to you? Why is that all of a sudden blamed and labeled under your banner? Donald Trump wasn't saying it. Putin said it. Big difference, just saying. I mean, I don't like hookers or anything, but all I'm saying is that President Trump didn't say it. It's what somebody else has said to him, and you can't control what somebody else is saying. Whoop-de-doo, they ain't got nothing on CNN, and NBC, ABC, and all the fake news networks, so that's all they're pulling out. Page 11. The president then wrapped up our conversation by returning to the issue of finding the leakers. I said something about the value of putting a head on a pike as a message. He replied, remember, Comey said, I think we need to put a head on a pike, which would be, in other sense, we need to light a fire under their butt, if you will, is what Comey's saying. The president then replied by saying, it may involve putting reporters in jail. And he's quoted as saying, they spend a couple of days in jail, make a new friend, and they are ready to talk. Comey laughed as he walked to the door. Reince Priebus had just opened. Now, keep in mind, these are a series of memos, a series of conversations that Comey had written out. Do I agree with the president's statement there? No, not at all. I don't think any reporter should go to jail in order to give up their leaker or who gave the information. But it's a conversation between two people that I honestly think is being blown out of the water. I don't know, but I don't agree with the statement. I don't like what he said. It is what it is, and I have to share the good, the bad, and the ugly of all sides of it. So, all right, so moving on there as well to page 13. He began by joking that he, Comey, was getting more publicity than he, the president. I replied that I hate it, Comey said. He then said he was trying to run the country, and the cloud of this Russia business was making that difficult. He said he thinks he would have won the healthcare vote, but for the cloud. He then went on at great length explaining that he has nothing to do with Russia. Has a letter from the largest law firm in DC saying he has gotten no income from Russia, was not involved with hookers in Russia. Can you imagine me with hookers? I have a beautiful wife, and it has been very painful. Is bringing a personal lawsuit against Christopher Steele always advised people to assume they were being recorded in Russia? Have accounts now from those who traveled with him to Miss University pageant that he didn't do anything, etc. So basically what's happening here is Trump saying we had no involvement in Russia. I had no hookers in Russia. I didn't do anything with Russia. I did not collude with Russia. That's the conversation that's being held here with Comey, and then we have to remember Christopher Steele and the fake dossier. It's fake. The dossier was paid for and funded by the Clinton campaign through a company, all filed together, but the money came from the Clinton campaign, filed through, and I did a whole report on this. There's a whole list, and even the Obama administration was involved to create this fake dossier that Christopher Steele put out saying he had colluded with Russia, which is why they started the investigation in the first place, and which is why it should be dropped, because the Christopher Steele dossier was fake, and now they're trying to pull straws out of thin air, or make straws, make gold out of straws, if you will, and they're not having, any good luck with that. And here we are, still in this stupid circle of the Clinton campaign scandal, because their junk is finally coming to the surface, and they're doing the blame game now. And now, in result, we have the Democratic Party attempting, to file, or they are filing a lawsuit, not attempting, filing. Check out this report from the Washington Post, put out today, April 20th. Democratic Party files lawsuit alleging Russia, the Trump campaign, and Wikileaks conspired to disrupt the 2016 election. The DNC filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit Friday against the Russian government, against the Trump campaign, and the Wikileaks organizer, alleging a far-reaching conspiracy to disrupt the election and tilt the election to Trump. The complaint filed in federal district court in Manhattan alleges that top Trump campaign officials conspired with the Russian government and its military spy agency to hurt Democratic presidential nominee Clinton. Hillary Rodham Clinton. Yes, Rodham, I said on purpose. It's not a misname. And help Trump by hacking the computer network and Democratic Party and dismantling the stolen material found there. So they are filing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the Trump campaign, Russia, and Wikileaks there. Yet no information of conspiring has surfaced. Just a memo admitting that Donald Trump said he did not conspire. A memo between Comey and Trump saying there was no collusion. And then bang, they file a lawsuit. And the only thing they had in there was, Putin told president that their hookers in Russia were good. That's not collusion. That has nothing to do with the election. And here we have this lawsuit being filed, wasting your money, by the way, your tax-paying dollars, when we're so far in debt and Donald Trump is doing everything he can to get our economy better. The Democrats could give a crud less and are now filing a lawsuit using your money, your taxpayer dollars, to do it. I'm irate. Add a little flame to the fire here. WikiLeaks now has evidence, or has had it all along, but is going to bring it forward, that Russia didn't interfere in the election. Check out this report. This is from Infowars.com. Assange has physical proof Russia didn't hack the DNC congressman. Assange had physical proof of that and was going to show it in exchange for an agreement that he would not get arrested upon leaving the embassy. That was according to the reporter or person there that he had spoken with. So there you have it. You've got 3 different things going on. A memo leak with no obstruction showing in it, no anything showing in it of collusion with Russia. In fact, it shows the opposite. A second thing there that we have is the DNC, the Democrats, filing a lawsuit. And what are they going to use? Christopher Steele's fake dossier? You're the ones that funded that, kind of not going to work, and it's already been proven fake. And third, Assange is coming out saying, I have documented proof, physical proof, that it wasn't Russia. Well, good luck, Democratic Party, and I hope this hits everyone to the heart, because you're paying for this and its money is going in your wallet. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on all of that. And please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. You guys need to make sure you have on hand gold, silver, precious metal, these kinds of things in the event of economic turmoil. And I can see this coming considering the DNC is spending all our money. Please make sure you have your assets spread out and in different areas, and make sure you've got gold and silver on hand, something that I'm a huge supporter in, and I know many of you out there are as well. So give Noble Gold a call and let them know you heard it on Lisa Haven. It helps fund what I do here with all the demonetization on my YouTube channel. So please check them out at noblegoldinvestments.com. There's a link below. Just click the link below and you can do everything from there. You can call them. They'd love to talk to you. Well, thanks again for tuning in. And don't forget to also subscribe to my backup channel, Lisa Haven Vlogs. I am trying to build that up in the event that something happens to this channel. So subscribe there and here as well. And thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.